DJ, hi, Jim Delapine here. Your one you sent me as a JPEG for your character is fine, right? That is something I can work with. But this is what I'm receiving. This is what I see. So something dramatically happened. I don't know what you did or did not do, but I do see this. You have these icons here on the side that do not appear in anyone else's. All right, and what these icons are, if you double click on them, you get a layer style dialog box come up, and the only thing different between yours and everyone else is that you have this checked: layer masks, hides, effects. So if I uncheck it, hit OK, it gets rid of it, but it makes no visual difference. So I need you to do that with each layer. Double click on the little icon, uncheck that, and hit OK. All right, and then another thing that's going on is this. If you look at, let me see here, um, panel options. If we get a larger thumbnail for here, you'll see that this layer mask here doesn't align with the shade, the lampshade. So if I alt click on this visibility icon and disable the layer mask by right clicking and saying disable, I see the image here, but this doesn't correspond with where the image is. So if I control click on the layer mask icon thumbnail, that's where your selection is. So to fix this, what you need to do is, as long as you're in the selection tool, move this over and carefully line it up. You would zoom in, carefully line it up with the lampshade. All right, and then you could also use your arrow keys to increment it over. All right, and then what you're going to do is um, right click again, enable layer mask. Okay, then you're going to fill that selection on the layer mask with white. All right, so you swap it, white, and alt delete. Now you have visibility on the image. So I don't know what you did elsewhere, but so now on this layer mask, if you go to your paintbrush and make sure black, I'm sorry, black is your foreground color. Watch what happens to this thumbnail when I paint over here. Actually, it's not happening. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on here. So if I could also inverse this, Shift F7, and fill it with black. There. Okay, that did it. All right, so something's going on that's preventing your images from being seen, and your layer masks, your selections are in the wrong location. I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did, but you need to do that process to make sure everything is visible. So let me do this again now. Let's go to your body. The placement of the cutout for the body is not in the right location for where the image is. So perhaps what you did was, let me deselect, you moved the image after you made the layer mask. I don't know. I don't know. So again, even if you didn't uncheck this, let me just cancel. This would still work how I think it should work. So if I right-clicked, so here's the process. You're right-clicking on the layer mask and disabling it. Okay? Then, and you may want to alt-click on the visibility icon so you're isolating just that layer. All right? Then what you're doing is Control or Command clicking on the layer mask thumbnail to put a selection around where you created the layer mask. All right? Then, as long as you're in a selection tool, right, lasso tool or the rectangular marquee tool, you can then physically move that selection only on top of the image. All right, I would then zoom in to make sure you're exactly on or around the image. So I would use my arrow keys to increment it down. It moves it one pixel at a time. All right. Okay. Now, what you're doing is you're right-clicking again and enabling the layer mask. Okay, you can see part of it was got in here. And then you're going to fill that with white. Alright, so if white is your background color, the shortcut is Control Delete. Whoops. See what happened? I had to have the, let me undo that. I had to have the layer mask selected. It's all about the layer mask. So Control Delete. Alright. And then inverse the selection, Shift F7, and fill that with black. So now everything else but this is selected, and you're going to fill that with black. Okay? So there. Now you have your image part, coming together here. So you're going to have to do that with every single layer, because this is not working the way you have it. Okay? So you can see how it's coming together, and it'll start to look something like what you want. All right? So that has to be done. I don't know how you got to this point. I don't know why you see it as looking like this. I've never seen anything like this before, but this is what must be done to move forward, okay? I'll go back and adjust your grade, but this all needs to be done with each and every layer. So this here, let's make this visible and disable the layer mask for this one for the joints copy. Control click on that layer mask thumbnail to put a selection around that, see? So now you have to bring that down to this part here, surround it, and you have the body covering it. So, alright, then move in, make sure you can use your arrow keys to increment it over, alright, and then you're going to, where was that, joints, copy, you're going to, actually you could probably, oops, see, I keep making the mistake of not selecting the thumbnail of the layer mask, which you will make the same mistake, but I just want to show you that's what happens. So make sure your layer masks are selected, and then you're going to fill that with white. Alright, then you're going to inverse it, Shift F7, and fill that with black. And then you can see your thumbnails looking differently, and that'll work, okay? Alright, man, I hope that helped. Take care.